Hi YouTube. Well, it's nice to be back. It's Anneke Van Buren of Tampa, Florida, and I'm updating again on my Thursday cocktail series. If you wonder what happened to me last week, well, I was a bad girl. I uploaded the wrong content for YouTube. And I got in trouble, rightly so. So my apologies to all of you that did see that and didn't intend to see that. And for those of you that were happy to see it, I don't know what to say. If you want to see more, you need to go to the other site. So we have to keep it on the up and up here all the time because there's different standards, for every channel. I'm on a new asthma medicine, but it's helping, and the only problem is I have a little hoarseness. So what am I making today? It's a pumpkin spice white Russian in honor of Thanksgiving and the holidays, and I made some notes here so I wouldn't forget a thing. But the first thing that we have to do is we have to rim the glass. And right here I have a little saucer full of Kahlúa, and then I have a dish with a mixture of pumpkin spy mix and graham cracker crumbs. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? There's no calories in this one. Not. And then we're gonna fill the glass up with ice. So I wanna be careful not to dislodge any of that yummy stuff on the side. Okay, so that's all ready. The glass is ready. And so now we're ready for the contents of the drink. It's 2 ounces of vodka. So this is 1 ounce each side. Yeah, I'm using Sky today because my neighbor upstairs brought me down a bottle for watering his plants. He lives in San Diego part of the year, and then he lives right upstairs the rest of the year. Somebody has to water those beautiful green things while he's gone. So he always brings a little thank you gift. And the next is 1 ounce of Kahlúa. So that would be just one of these. Okay. And that pretty much fills it up. And the rest calls for 1.5 ounces of pumpkin spice creamer. And I already know it's not going to make it. That's about all where it's going to go. And to that, now see how the glass looks? It's starting to mix on its own with a cinnamon stick. That seems really easy, doesn't it? So now let's give it a try. This is a lot of calories and a lot of sugar. Woo! It'll knock you on your butt. For those of you that like sweet drinks with a lot of alcohol in them, you will probably love it. I veer toward the non-sweet side, but this would be perfect as a cocktail before turkey dinner or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or New Year's Day. I have this recipe for these little pumpkin soup shooters, and there's no alcohol in them, but they're a little tiny copper mug about this big, and you make the pumpkin soup, and right before everybody sits down, when they just sit down to the table, I bring those out on a tray, and everybody has one of those, and they all say, more! So, I probably will cook for Christmas. I'm certainly not going to cook for Thanksgiving. As I've told you, I'm going to Ruth's Chris with a very good friend of mine from London. who lives here part of the year and who lives over there the rest of the year. And that's true of all of Florida, isn't it? People who are just part of the year. Now in the UK, you can only be here for 6 months during the whole year. Although he'd like to be here more, he can't be. So let me step around the corner here just a little bit. And I'll turn the camera around and you can see what I'm wearing. It's just a black sheath. And I know in this mass of black, you can't really tell, but there's like a little cummerbund around this that laces up. And then I have on jet black stockings, jet black stilettos, and black gloves. Why did I wear this outfit? I'm going to be filming this afternoon, and that's what the request was for. It's one of those where people contract for a video, and so I'm helping a friend do it. So this is what I'm wearing. Black, black, and more black. And I'll turn around. And really, it's fairly sedate. So I'll be flat out honest here. These next 2 weeks are going to be wild for me because I get the key to my new place on December 1st. So even though I've made a great, wonderful dent with the packing, there's always the last minute stuff that you can't pack up. The toiletries, in my case, the makeup, the skeleton kitchen, and all the clothes. All my closets top are empty. The racks inside closets are full of clothes. What are you going to do with them? Throw them in a box and wait 2 more weeks and then they'll be all wrinkled? And I'm afraid this 26-foot truck is already going to be full. So I have a feeling we're going to be piling them all in the back of my SUV, and perhaps my sister and brother-in-law will bring theirs down too, and we can just lay the clothes in the back of her van and in my SUV, and we won't have to make more than one trip to do that. Yes, I'm a clothes horse. So don't be upset if you don't see an update on a certain day. It just means I had just too much going on. Certainly the week of the move, when the truck comes and they unload, those first few days, I know I'm not going to be doing an update on the 4th of December. That's the day they unload the truck. You know, it's possible it'll happen this week. Next week is Thanksgiving. So, you know, you all ought to be with you and yours, not worrying about what I'm doing on YouTube. But if I can bring it for you, I will. So, hopefully you're glad I'm back. And please make comments. Let me know whether you like these videos or not. This is as explicit, and this is it, folks. Don't be asking me to take my clothes off here. Don't be asking me to do things that aren't appropriate for YouTube. This is not the place. And that's why the mistake that I made was an absolute no-no, and they had every right to do what they did. So if you want to see other things, you can just Google my name and you can find out where I am and what I do. I don't want to mention too much about it here because I've already got one strike against me. So just come and say hello, see what I'm up to my neck in alligators with this move, but it's going to be worth it all. If I don't see you next week, I'm going to try very much to make every effort to do an update on Monday. Thanksgiving is doubtful. And then the next Monday and Thursday, we'll just see what happens with the move, okay? So if you like what you see and you're interested in all in my meanderings and wanderings verbally, then subscribe. And if you'd like to know when something new comes up, well then just hit that little bell. That'll notify you that there's something new here. Thanks so much for being here. Namaste.